My name is Borne. I'm one of the two men from Two Man Bagel House. This project that I've been working on together with my team is called Borne and Bread. It's where we feature different food and beverage business owners. So I sit down and break bread with them, getting into their minds and talking about the ins and outs of what is it like being in the industry. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
First we drink.
What's your drink? Okay. Cheers, guys.
Morning.
Morning. Welcome to a brand new episode of Borne and Bread. Today's episode, we have a very special appearance and a duo who's also become friends of mine. If you guys are not familiar with RVLT, today we got Ian and Alvin from RVLT. Very pleased to have them on the show. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us, man.
So, first and foremost, I think to give you guys a very brief introduction, RVLT has been around for since 2016, and I think I'll let them describe what RVLT actually is.
Ian and I, we both work in the wine business since late 2000s.
Yeah, 2007.
So and we were both sommeliers working in different restaurants, and we met through wine courses, wine tastings, and competitions. And then we weren't really that close, and we got to know each other a bit more when Ian moved on to the dark side and started selling me wines with a wine company, and then we started hanging out a bit more.
So maybe you guys been friends for maybe 8 years, 9 years, around there?
Not more than 10 years.
More than
More
I
than
mean,
10
we
years.
know each other more than 10 years. We got closer the last 5-6 years.
So if you guys don't know, Alvin is an advanced sommelier. He's also a master sommelier. Would you care to share what's that actually mean?
The Court of Master Sommelier, which is based in the UK and the US, there are 4 stages to this exam. Level 1, Level 2, Level 3, Level 4. Level 4, you're the Master Sommelier. There's probably 300 of them around the world. In the first place, I started on to the course and wanting to be a Master Sommelier only because I want to prove that whatever you white dudes can do, we Asian can do as well.
That's so sick, though. That one try is so sick. I really-
But now I actually don't have to prove anything anymore because there are already quite a few Asians who are master sommeliers. So I don't think I'll be pushing on anymore. It's too much commitment, too much time.
Yeah. And Ian also, of course, he's also a sommelier, certified sommelier, right?
Yeah.
When you mentioned the story about how you guys met, so basically you were actually doing sales, and that's how you guys got closer.
No, the first time we met was during the competition.
Yeah, and you were still in Michelangelo's.
Yeah, I was still working on
Yes, you were working like that.
Yeah, it was in a competition at Marriott. Oriental Hotel.
So he came in number 2, I was number 3. And that was the first sommelier competition in Singapore.
Would you care to share about the competition?
I don't remember anything anymore.
Okay.
I really don't remember.
Let's move on to actually when you guys were coming up with the concept of RVLT.
This RVLT was created over many nights of drinking, over many nights of just brainstorming and
Complaining, moaning, and whining.
whining a lot. But yeah, and we basically pieced together what we would like to see in the place and intentionally took out what we do not like in many cases.
I think there's an English word that's antithesis. I'm not sure if it's the right word, but is to do the opposite of what we don't like. For example, wine bars music is usually shit. Wine bars usually close too early, 12 o'clock. Wine bars are
It's always too European.
and wine bars are too expensive, too uptight.
Shishi.
So all this that we didn't like in wine bars, we decided to turn it around and create a wine bar without any of these.
Yeah. There's this question that always comes about from people, at least customers, always asking is it Wine Revolt or Wine Revolution or RVLT? So
As you like.
as you like
As
it.
you like. So
Okay.
imagine a name that they have many interpretations and you can just call whatever you like. It's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anything. But it is RVLT Revolution. I think for us, end of the day, it's just having a place that you can have fun with minds, with no pretense, and that's all it matters to us. And we're not chasing for anything.
And for us, it doesn't matter if we are the first or we are the second. It doesn't matter. We just want to get there.
You guys recently did a new reinvention of the menu. You guys can share a little bit more about that, because you guys always have been described as inventive bar bites. So like, how would you guys describe this new menu right now?
So I'm very very passionate about making sure that we are serving only the food that we enjoy eating ourselves. That's first and foremost. That's the most important. And the second thing is, and something that I believe very strongly about, is redefining wine bar food, or redefining bar food.
Yeah.
Because why should bar or wine bar food always be just charcuterie and cheese and pizzas and French fries and truffle fries and chicken wings and stuff like that. And why must it be of a certain genre, European or not
it's mainly
European?
European all the time.
Yeah, but we are true blue Singaporean wine bar. And European wine bars, if you are Italian or French wine bar, you serve French cheeses and French fries, French meats and tartar and stuff like that. But what should a Singaporean wine bar serve? We are not going to do laksas and chicken rice and stuff like that. But we are just going to be who we are, with Asian flavors and the things, most importantly, the things that we like to eat. I mean, we have chicken nuggets on the menu.
Yeah, let's talk about the chicken nuggets. Yeah, how did the chicken nuggets come about? And not only chicken nuggets, but you guys have like the dumplings.
Taro dumplings.
Yeah,
Like, so the nuggets came about because we used to have the karage, which was really popular. So we wanted to change to a new fried chicken thing, but we didn't want it to be like a fried chicken thing, because people are gonna compare it with the karage all the time because it was very good karage.
Yeah.
So what happened? One night we had supper.
Oh, I think we tried a few versions of fried chicken, and then I think it was again on one drunk night when we were all just drinking and probably stuffing ourselves with McNuggets. And then we were talking. No, you actually asked for meatballs, chicken meatballs.
I started as a supune. So the idea was to do a supune kind of thingy, but fry it.
Like a yakitori kind of
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then evolved
like a chicken ball.
Yeah.
It first started with a chicken ball, and then we just kept evolving and we kept talking and trying, and eventually, one of those nights, we were like, why don't we just make nuggets?
Yeah, and it's called Big Nuggets because Nick came up with the recipe.
Yeah, the start of the recipe.
Nick, as in one of the chefs.
Yeah, that was Trisha.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. We'd definitely like to touch on RVLT at culinary, because I never personally was a customer ever there. So like, it was something that I missed out. So like, would you guys care to share a little bit about like that spot that you guys had before you guys moved here?
I love Kini.
Really was so fun. It was actually one of those points in our career where we were like testing things out and trying things out.
Yeah.
And said Alvin came out with this opportunity to borrow a space of this guy's restaurant, and for us to sell wines.
Okay.
So we did that at night. In the day, we had our day job, so we worked in the morning at 9 o'clock, finished work at 6 o'clock, head down to the bar,
I finished at 8.
sell wines, and go back at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's a funny story to tell. That time you were also still driving, also, right? And both of us, we were driving, and
It's quite scary.
And then the time at Kilini, I was in office wear most days. So I had to drive to the car park, park the car, change in the car into my t-shirt and jeans, and showtime.
So wait, like, it was an actual like restaurant. Like, you guys took over.
It's a part of the restaurant. It's a 2-unit. Where Fukin is right now, it's a two-unit restaurant.
Okay.
But the guy had the unit, but no idea of concept and what to do.
Right.
So we had concept but no space. So
Right.
it worked out well for both of us.
What happened to it?
It became too small.
Oh.
And we wanted it to be a real wine bar instead of a pop-up kind.
And you guys were actually doing that for a year.
Not really. 9 months. Yeah.
Okay, that's long, man.
That's long. I mean, we didn't have money. We had day jobs.
Okay, I want to ask you guys right now question on what actually natural wine means. Because I feel like that's the question a lot of people would usually Google, but like coming from sommeliers, especially you guys, I want to know like what's the definition that you guys can come up with.
So natural wines are basically wines made with organic or biodynamic fruit. But it takes an extra step is whatever happens in the winery. So they don't do it. There's no minimal intervention. So they try not to fix the wine too much. And whatever you're getting, maybe sometimes they put a bit of sulfur and that's it.
Okay.
Just to make sure the wine is a bit clean. But there are some basically commercial wines. There are like 200 different kind of additives that you can add to wine to make it taste a certain way.
Yeah.
So if it's so easy all the time to make something taste like something, why would you care about having a good product?
Right.
So that's you're talking about big wineries. That's how they have consistency. But it becomes so industrialized and so sterile all the time. But it's not interesting anymore.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a more puristic expression of wines, and these wines, we drink it and we feel a lot better the next day.
Okay.
Personally, I feel there's really no real definition of natural wine because there are some schools of thoughts, but how do you really define wines or natural wines are just simply fermented grape juice, and like what Ian said, minimal human intervention,
Yeah.
and then that should be it. But what we are really advocating is good tasting wines made sustainably, and that's what we really advocate. Yeah, and not really the definition of natural wines or what that means.
To look for more
Yeah.
tasty wines.
I mean, to put a very upfront question is, if a farmer, this old farmer in some rural parts of France, makes wines in an organic way with no man-made produce on the vineyards and making wines ancient way, but he is not certified organic because he doesn't send his stuff for certification.
Yeah.
So is he or is he not natural? Because his grapes, are they or are they not organic?
I see.
Yeah. So there's a whole big question mark around the term. So
Right.
we generally prefer to just stay away from that.
I see. Can I also ask like for individual answers, right? What actually is a good tasting wine for you? Like
The ultimate test is when you don't realize that your glass is finished and you continue to have another glass.
okay,
Yeah, you have to start really fast. You go like,
That's
oh,
drinkability.
drinkability
Yeah. How drinkable is it?
and taste notes and stuff. Like you guys have like own individual like.
it comes down to mood as well. There isn't a perfect ideal like. It comes down to mood, what we feel like drinking,
Right.
the day itself.
But to really generalize it, I would prefer wines with lower alcohol, with lighter body,
Lighter body.
more acidity, more freshness, more vibrant. But like you say, it really depends on the mood, the weather. There are some days where I like an intense wine, but most days I like light and easy.
When were you guys first exposed to wines though? Like meaning like before you guys took sommeliership and stuff. Like when did you guys first learn to enjoy a good glass of wine?
For me, my first experience in wine, that was in 2003.
You actually remember the year?
Working at 8 on the Bay. So I was offered a glass of a 1991 Rosa Valley Shiraz. And I was like, what is this? how can a beverage taste like that? I'm confused.
Yeah.
And then dug into it and never looked back.
There was sorcery in the glass.
But it was I was not exposed to wines, and when you see commercial wines in supermarkets and everything, it's just wine, it doesn't mean anything. But when you taste something of good quality, you start realizing, okay, wow, this is actually a tasty beverage that's supposedly made with only one item, grapes.
And Alvin, you were my senior from TP, right?
Yes.
How did actually
Whoosh.
being in HTM, hospitality and tourism management, actually like how did it transit? You know, like into you becoming a sommelier. So like,
So back in those days, it's hospitality one school, one, and then tourism one. In school, they taught they taught us about wines. That's when I served and worked with wines as a part-time waiter after O levels.
Right.
But I don't recall really tasting it. I probably tasted some crappy shit. But in school, they tried to teach wines. I think the lecturers didn't really know about wines
Yeah.
themselves that time. When I ask questions, they just put me down because they don't really know how to answer it.
Yeah, normal.
Which is fine, but I found it so complicated, and nobody simplified it for me. And I've always been curious about wines, like why is it different? So and I moved on to work in restaurants, became a manager, and I hated managing people because it's a waste of time, and especially when people are not motivated.
Managing people is a waste of time, especially because they are unmotivated.
They aren't motivated,
I
and
feel
it's
like I
like
can relate with that. Man.
it's like flogging a dead cow. So and that time I was interested in wines, and I thought it would be so much more interesting to have a relationship, just me and the wines, and me and the customers, and then that's how that happened.
But now that you guys are actually running a business and stuff, there is the human element that you guys have to manage.
Oh yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah,
But we don't get big calls coming in.
yeah. We don't hire dead cows.
Yeah, we don't hire big calls.
Because I think like that's predominantly one of the biggest issue that we have in F&B,
Yeah.
right? Like it's human retention and also like the hiring process of not finding the dead cows, right?
The first concept of intense hiring came from the owner of Coconut Club, the ex-owner
Oh,
of
yeah.
what's his name? So we want Eng Su,
Such a
who has passed on, and I actually asked him after experiencing Coconut Club, how do you get your team? I mean, these people are obviously part-timers or students, but why are they all
So bad.
energetic, so passionate, and upselling and moving? And he explained to me the concept of tough interviews to just cut out people. He says I spend a lot of time interviewing people, and I will talk to them and talk to them and talk to them. So when I tried it myself, and to make the interviews as awkward, as intense, as difficult as possible,
Right.
and trying to break this guy down so that I could better understand him. And then he has 70% served us well, and that came from Eng Su.
Said that he passed on, but I think his legacy lives on, you know, which is.
Have you met him?
No, I haven't. I actually wanted to meet him. Like
He's super
I was
passionate.
supposed to meet him from one of his floor manager because I told his floor manager that when I first came in and I had his nasi lemak, right? I was like, this guy is brilliant, and like I didn't know like somebody could come out with a concept like that. Yeah, but I wished I met him. I didn't get a chance. All right, moving on, man, guys. Gonna wrap up very soon, but like before that, I just want to congratulate you guys for receiving Specialized Concept of the Year for 2019 and Best Wine Bar for 2018.
Whoosh!
What's up, guys? I think you
Michelin!
guys- yeah, shout out to you guys. for sure.
2021 Michelin! 2 stars!
Is that the plan? Is that the plan? That would be pretty crazy though. Like, you guys actually hit
Just
the
one
star.
star.
If you guys hit the star, then you just drive the whole fucking nation crazy. Yeah.
And then we are going to charge $98 to eat. Anytime you come in is $98 before drinks.
It's like, yeah.
Let's talk about also Kenneth Fong. Like there was a period of 2 months where Kenneth Fong took over your kitchen. 3 months. And right now, we all know where he is right now. He is the head chef of Noma. Let's talk about like his experience, or like rather your experience with him while he took over your kitchen.
Kenneth's a genius. He really saved our business. I mean, he gave Sunny and kitchen balance and taught them how to. The structure. Basically, gave them a structure.
Yeah.
And so it inspired Sunny a lot on what he would like to do as well. And that's what you see in the new video. It's not about having an easy way out. It's not about making just. As long as I can get my job done, it's okay.
Yeah.
I have a bit more pride in what you do. So initially, we were like, for example, making bread. We were like, making bread is a lot of work. And then we kind of showed how to make bread. So, it's actually really quite nice. Okay. you want to buy bread or make bread? You can continue making. They actually enjoy the process of making it and the art of making bread. So Kenneth taught them that. And also,
Kenneth came as on board as a consultant chef when we lost our previous chef.
Yeah.
And that was interim just right before Sunny was taking over the kitchen. So he bought us some time for Sunny to ease into his new role and to slowly ease into his new menu. So and at that time we already knew Kenneth quite well because Kenneth and his wife Nicole used to come here on their off days pretty regularly to drink, and we just started talking and hanging out together. And he already came with a huge reputation of working in 11 Madison Park in New York.
Yeah.
So and we weren't really surprised that he became the head chef of Noma. Are we surprised? Not really, but are we surprised by the speed that he became head chef?
As his age.
That's quite amazing. But that guy is a killer in the kitchen. Yeah, and it was quite easy because that time he was he left his previous restaurant, and our chef left us, and he came one day and I was asking him like, oh, should we just like ask if we Kenneth likes to do a 3-month stint with us, and since he has nothing to do and we need somebody, and he could help us with the labor problem as well.
Yeah.
And all we had to do was ask. He said, yeah, I'll be happy to do it. And we did tell him that, bro, we cannot pay you whatever amount of money that you were drawing before. He said, no, don't worry, I'm not expecting that also.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And that was cool. It was so easy. It's like, okay, handshake.
Wow.
And then a simple paperwork, sign, done.
But was he the one who actually came out with like the patty melt?
Patty melt.
Was he?
Yeah.
I mean, he taught the team to make sourdough. He taught the team to make the Japanese milk bread for the patty melt.
Lastly, to wrap this up, real good. What do you guys have in store for 2021, man? Like any plans for the future? You know what I mean? Or maybe like you guys don't have to say, or maybe like just drop hints. Like anything like maybe people could be anticipating, your supporters.
Yeah, we are thinking of opening a chicken nuggets satellite kitchen. Satellite kitchen to produce, to deep fry, and then to deliver all around Singapore.
Oh, that'd be sick. You'd probably be like the worst competition with McDonald's and you fucking McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, Taipei.
Taipei. Shit. Wow. Alright, we'll just keep it as that, yeah? Let's keep it as that. And any last advice for up and coming restaurateurs?
Everybody think it's nice and fancy to own and operate an F&B until you start running one.
Okay.
It's like clockwork, it's getting the team right, making sure that you have the right stuff. And there's no secret recipe for such to make things work. Give them the experience as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just don't lie to yourself.
Don't lie to yourself.
Don't pretend like it's gonna be okay, and then
Alvin? There's a lot of budding entrepreneurs out there who are wanting to come in the F&B business.
F&B business. My only words would be don't do it. Don't do it unless you are really passionate about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just don't do it. There's no money in it.
Yeah, I receive you, man. I feel you. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for like this episode of Borne and Bread. Hope you guys stay tuned for the more episodes to come up with. See you guys.